Solving the hardest question on the 2025 Maths Edexcel Paper 2 paper. The question states that we have a point A, which is 0, 8, and we have a point B, which is 16, 0. Point B. Line L passes through AB. Line L passes through AB and intersects it at D. Just do D. AD colon DB is 1 colon 3. The gradient of L is root 3. Line L passes through -2, f. Prove that f is less than -4. Okay, let's get to it. So, we know that the gradient of L is root 3, and we know that it passes through D. Is there any way in which... So, let's try and find the line equation of L. Okay, we already know the gradient, but we need to know the y-intercept, right? So the line equation of L will be y is equal to root 3 x plus c, right? Because the gradient of L is root 3. However, I need to substitute in a particular point that L passes through in order to find the value of c. And that point that we could substitute in is the point of D. But how do we find D? Let me just rule this off. So, we know that AD colon DB is 1 colon 3. So, this length right here is 3 times this length. Okay? So, let's find the lengths. And we can find the lengths by knowing that the total distance is 4. Like 4 units. Like 4 proportions. Okay? So let's find the value of each proportion. The change in y is 8. Right? And if that represents 4 proportions, that means the change in y is 2 per proportion. And the change in x is 16. And if that represents the change for 4 proportions, that means the change of 1 proportion is just 4. Let me show you what I mean. Let me do this in red. So that's 1. That's 2. That's 3. And that's 4. As you can see, that is 1, representing 1 over here. And we've got this, that, which represents 3. Okay? So the total change in y is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4 of these heights. And that is equal to 8. So we know that each height must be 2. And now let's see the across parts. We have 1, 2, 3, 4 across parts. And the 4 across parts cover 16, which means that each across part must be 4. Sorry, let me do that in white. Okay? So we can easily find the point D by just subtracting 2 and adding 4. So subtracting 2 from the y means that this becomes 6, and adding 4 to the x means this becomes 4. So the coordinate is going to be 4, 6, because you're going 2 down and 4 across. Okay, now we can substitute this into our equation. So 6 is equal to root 3 times 4 plus c. So 6 minus 4 root 3 is equal to c. Let me put this on my calculator. And we get c is equal to negative 0.9282. Okay? However, for now, we'll just leave it as 6 minus 4 root 3. So our equation is y is equal to root 3x plus 6 minus 4 root 3. Okay. Now, the question says, line L passes through negative 2, f. Prove that f is less than negative 4. So the x-coordinate is negative 2, and we just have to find the value of f. So let's substitute this in. Y is equal to root 3 times negative 2 plus 6 minus 4 root 3. Now I'm going to put this into a calculator. And this will get me root 3 times plus. And this is equal to, in decimals, negative 4.3923. Okay? So the y-coordinate, when x is 2, is negative 4.3923. And the y-coordinate is just equal to f, right? Because the coordinate is negative 2, f. So the y-coordinate is f. And we have to prove that f is less than negative 4. Since negative 4.39 is less than negative 4, f is less than negative 4. And that is our final answer. Thank you very much for watching. Please don't forget to like and subscribe.